Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can install and set up Google Antigravity IDE on your Windows operating system. Now, Google Antigravity IDE is the fork of Visual Studio Code, so it will almost look and feel like Visual Studio Code, but it's an AI agent first IDE. So let's see how we can install it. So first of all, open your favorite browser and search for install Antigravity. And the first link which will appear here will be from antigravity.google. So we are going to click on this link, and straight away you can see the home page of Google Antigravity, and you will also see the download button for installing it on your Windows operating system. You can also see the download button at the top right corner. So I'm going to click on this button, and then you can choose the version which is under Windows. I'm going to download this version, which is download for x64. So let me click on this link, which is going to start the download of this antigravity.exe file. So let me click on this executable file and let me minimize the browser. And now I can see this setup window has been started. So on this first window, we need to agree with the license terms and conditions. So if you agree with those license terms and conditions, just click on this toggle button which says I accept the agreement, and then click on next. And this will be the default location where Google Antigravity IDE will be installed. So if you don't have the good reason to change this location, just leave it as default and then click on next. And then select start menu folder. The name seems okay for me, so I'm going to just leave it as default. And then it's also going to show this option, don't create the startup menu folder. This is also possible, but I'm going to leave it as unchecked and then click on next. On the next window, I see select additional tasks, and it says create a desktop icon, add open with anti-gravity action in Windows Explorer. I'm going to check all these checkboxes, including register anti-gravity as an editor for supported files and add to path, right? And then I'm going to click on the next button, and these are my selections and configurations. So if you are happy with those configurations, click on install, which is going to start the installation of this anti-gravity IDE. And after a few seconds, I can see this window which says completing the anti-gravity setup. And we also have the checkbox which is checked, which is going to launch anti-gravity. So at this point, I'm going to click on the finish button, which is going to launch the anti-gravity IDE on our Windows operating system. And now I can see this kind of window. Here, I'm going to click on allow, and I can see the welcome to anti-gravity window. So here, let me click on the next button. Now, as I mentioned, anti-gravity is a fork for Visual Studio Code. So if you have any version of Visual Studio Code or any other Visual Studio Code related IDE like Cursor or any other IDE, you can import your settings from those IDEs. So I can see this option which says import from Visual Studio Code, or you can also start fresh. So both the options are available. Let me select the start fresh option for now, and then you can choose the editor theme type. The default is dark one, but you can also choose the light themes from here. For now, I'm going to leave it as default, which is the dark theme, and then click on next. And then you have the next window where it's asking me how do you want to use the anti-gravity. So I generally use the review driven mode. That means whenever the AI gives me some kind of output, I will be able to review it and then decide if I want to accept those changes or not, right? If you choose the AI driven approach, then you can see terminal execution policy is always proceed, and then review policy and JavaScript execution policy is always proceed. That means it's not going to ask you, it will always proceed, right? So here, I'm going to just choose the review driven development, which is also recommended, and then click on next here. And then you have this configure your editor. For now, I'm going to use the normal key bindings. You also have the option to use the Vim key bindings. And also you have the extensions section. So I'm going to leave it as recommended and then click on next here. And because Google Antigravity IDE is from Google and it's going to allow you to use some kind of AI agent which is powered by either Gemini's or compatible AI agent tools, you need to have the Google account. So I'm going to sign in with my Google account. And once I signed in with my Google account, I can see this window where it's informing about anti-gravity term of uses. So you can read all those terms of use. And if you agree, just check this checkbox and then click on next. And now the Google Anti-Gravity IDE has been launched on my Windows operating system. So you can see this is how it looks like, and the initial interface will look and feel like Visual Studio Code in a sense that you have this Explorer section, search section, and then source control section, debug section, and then you also have these extensions section here. So from here, similar to VS Code, you will be able to install extensions related to some programming languages or some tools. So now this anti-gravity IDE has been started, and we can start with either opening a folder where we want to develop our code, or you can open the AI agent manager, or you can clone some kind of repository. On the right hand side, you will see this kind of agent view, and here you can see the default agent is Gemini 3 Pro, and you also have other AI agents. And then you can see some modes here. So there is this planning mode, which is going to plan before it execute and give you suggestion. And then there is this fast mode, right? So you can decide based on your usage. Also, if I open the command prompt, so let me search for CMD in my search bar and then open the command prompt. And here, when I go inside any folder or directory, and then I give this command, which is anti-gravity, and then press enter, it's going to recognize this command, and then it's going to open the anti-gravity. And if you want to open any folder, then you just need to go inside that folder and then give this command anti-gravity space dot, which means you want to open the current folder, right? So this is also almost similar to Visual Studio Code. Now let's open some kind of project folder, and then let's see how we can use the Google Anti-Gravity. So I'm going to click on open folder here, and I have some project folders inside my documents folder. For now, let's say I want to open this Node.js apps folder, which is related to Node.js apps. And then I'm going to click on select folder here, and it's going to open the folder. And here I'm going to just click on yes, I trust the author. And now you can see it's showing me the title of my project. So it has scanned my project and it's ready to give me suggestions, right? So let's say I want to create a Node.js app which uses Express, and I want to create some kind of sample CRUD application in my Node.js project using Express. So let me ask this AI agent, and let's see if it can help us to achieve this. So I'm going to write that prompt, and here I have mentioned that you are a senior backend developer and I want to create a complete Node.js CRUD application using Express. And also, I have mentioned what kind of API endpoints I need. So you just need to give some kind of input or requirement to this AI agent so that AI agent can understand it and work on it. So let me click on send button, which is going to start the generation of this code. So you can see it has created the tasks list for us. First of all, it's going to initialize the project dependencies, and then it's going to create the project structure, implement the database connection, and then implement user model and so on. You can also see this Google AI agent is able to run the commands in my folder. So you can see it's asking me if I can run this command, which is npm init space -y. I'm going to press on run here, which is going to run this command, and I can see it's doing a lot of stuff. So it's creating multiple different files and parallelly working on those files, right? So it's working on those files. I can see 5 files are being edited at a time, and I can see in few seconds this project is created. And you can also see this test underscore api.js file, and it's going to also test all those API endpoints. So I'm going to just click on run button, which is going to start the test. And now I can see this output which says I have completed the task. The Node.js CRUD application is implemented and verified. You can run the application with this command, and I have also included the readme file. So the whole project is being created for me in less than under 5 minutes, which are based on my requirement. So now you can see the walkthrough.md file, and I can also see the readme file. This is the readme file which is being created, and it has all the documentation what this project is about. Then I can review the changes here. So you can see this review changes option, and I can click on this review changes option, and you will be able to see what is being generated. So you can see .n file, get to ignore file, db file, and multiple JavaScript files. So you can go through all the files and review all the files, right? And once you are happy with those changes, you can either add the comment or accept the changes. Also, you can see one terminal is open. Change overview is available. So I can click on this change overview option, and here I can see the change overview. And if I want to accept all the changes, I can click on accept all. And then I can go back by using this arrow button. And I can also see it has used one terminal and one background service is running. So let's see what this service is. And this is the process which is running, which is node server.js, right? So this is running in the background. I can click on this button to go back. And also here I can see two artifacts are open, which is implementation plan, which is this one. So I'm going to click on proceed, and then you also have the tasks list, and you can see the overview of all the tasks which have taken place. Also, you have this open agent manager window where you will be able to see this kind of interface where you will see your project, and then you have all the development steps which you have added. So these were the requirements. Also, you have this playground and knowledge section here. So when I click on plus button, I can create a playground for me, or I have this knowledge sections. Also, I have this settings section where I can give some security or artifacts related settings. So you can see the security mode, this artifacts and terminal we have already set, and you can see all the other settings are available here. You can also go inside the advanced settings, and then you will see enable demo mode. When enabled, your UI will be slightly modified to ensure more consistent demo. So this is how you can install and set up Antigravity IDE on your Windows operating system and use it. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video.